I figured it out. I forgot to switch back in audio setting. Oh, I was doing a recording of one of the videos, and I forgot to switch it back afterwards because, see, the way I have it set is... Also, this is wrong. Be up like this. There we go. So you can set in the settings that you can have things transmitted, recording on different levels. So I was doing recording. When I record, I have it set to my audio goes to channel 2 instead of channel 1 with everything else, so I can actually split it. Split it in the recording, and I can actually like boost my audio for my vocals if I need to, or whatever in post. And that's why that was happening. Now I'm wondering if that was part of the issue with... Well, no, it's still saying 30-something%. But let's see if it's still going to be... Still lagging some. I don't know why. It's perfectly fine in here. That's interesting. Let's see if I have something set here that's improper. Because it is possible that I also didn't change some other type of... 8,000, that's right. Constant bit rate's fine. That's correct. It shouldn't be an issue. I haven't changed any of that. Weird. It's been able to do this just fine, of course, but here we are trying to stream it. See, it's like perfectly smooth on my screen. It's just OBS that seems to be having a problem. I have a theory. Once you're gonna see me go, well, actually, I can do it this way. I'm wondering if that's playing in the background. Wonder if that's doing it. That did. No, not really. It's still. That's strange, guys. I don't know why it's doing that. Let's see if it does it inside the cockpit here. Yeah, it's doing it inside the cockpit too. Okay, that's odd. Yeah. We're dropping frames every time I move. Let's try this. I'm going to try something here. This would happen, of course, on the 7500. Yeah, it's X-Plane 11. When else would it happen? It's always going to be. It's always going to be. That's better. Better. See if I throw stuff on top of it, though. That's good. Huh, okay. Well, let me... throw this in here. I wonder if it's... Okay. Let's see if that fixed it as well on the outside. So, a little bit different today. Yeah, that's smooth. That's good. Okay. So that fixed it. Huh, interesting. So, for some reason, it was having an issue with recording the desktop version, which is strange because that's how I've been doing it for months and months. Never had a problem. But that's okay. I wonder if I can record it now and it's not be an issue. Let's see. Yeah, still fine now. Okay, so now we're recording. Okay, we're here. Yay, we're back. Everything's good. Okay, we're going to be flying the new Metroliner, the Fairchild, as it's called. This is Metroliner 3. This is by a guy on the community, the X-Plane 11 community. Let me pull up it so I can tell you the... it's by Joey C. He's the one who made... Oh, sorry, that's the mod, my bad. The PVR mod. Starving Pilot. That's what's... Is that right? Starving Pilot? Let's see. Let me see. Yep, by Starving Pilot. So Starving Pilot made this mod. You can get it on the X-Plane store, or you can go to the Threshold X article. I'll grab that and throw it in the chat so you guys can go and check it out. It's free. So this is free. This doesn't cost you a dime. Now, with that, you have to understand there's some stuff going with it that's, not... It's definitely not payware, okay? It's not study level, but it's great. It's free turboprop. I mean, can we really complain that bad? There's also already several mods for it to make it look even better. For example, the PBR texture has been reworked by a guy, getting some nice shine on the aluminum wings here. And I think one of them was a sound mod, but I didn't notice the sounds too great, but they're not terrible. They're not, like, cringeworthy. But they're also not the greatest, so don't expect perfection. Don't expect payware quality here. But, it's not bad. Oh, you know what? I have not added in one of the mods that actually makes these windows transparent. Crap, I need to fix that. Antonio, hello from South Florida. Well, welcome aboard, South Floridian. So we're in Boise. We're going to be going up to Walla Walla first. Chief Senpai, what's going on? We're going to go up to Walla Walla, and if we have 7,500 subscribers, great. We'll end it there. If not, we will continue on to Spokane, Washington. These are rather short. These are less than an hour hops for the turboprop, which that's pretty much what it was designed to do, was these short flights to these smaller airports. So that's what we're going to do today. I have flown this aircraft once before so far. I took it up, did a flight in instrument conditions, and did some interesting approaches here in the area of Spokane, Boise, that area, just to get a real feel for the aircraft and how it works and all of that. Now, again, if you've ever flown the Metroliner in real life, which I haven't, but I would not say that this is probably accurate. I've been told that it's not 100% accurate with the flight model. But again, this is a freeware, guys. So we should be content that someone even took the time to make one. So this is the flight deck inside. I have the option set for GPS because, let's be honest, if you don't have a GPS on board, it's fun to fly without a GPS. Sometimes doing VOR to VOR and that kind of stuff. But at the same time, I like having a GPS, especially for ease of use. But besides that, everything else in this cockpit is standard round gauges, non-glass, except for this old style weather radar, which I don't think works. So it's very interesting. Couldn't get the nav to work. Well, I will show you, if you stay with me, I will show you how I do it. I've gone through the checklists and everything on how to fly this thing. I'm just going to shoot from the hip this time. Since I went through the checklist the first time, I'll try to remember everything as best I can. I've thought about doing a detailed, and I probably will do a detailed review of this aircraft, plus also do a tutorial if you guys are interested in cold and dark startup, flying, taking it offline, flying approaches, doing all that kind of stuff with HSIs and how that's different and whatever. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know. And we'll try to do that. All right, so we're going to start off inside, and we're going to try to get this thing up in the air. I do want to check a couple things right off the bat to make sure. So this should be in the off position, actually, to start off with. All these should be in off, which it's kind of hard to tell with this modeling, but that's on. Just flat and straight is off. So that's off, off, off. Everything should basically be off. Batteries off, generators off. Nav and strobes should be off. All the lights off as well. Parking brake set. Gear are down. These fuel pumps are off. These are should be in ground idle. This has been zeroized. Altitude set. We're not going to worry about this. Well, we can go and set it though. I think our cruise altitude is going to be 16,000 feet today to Walla Walla, if I remember correctly. I have to double check that. But go ahead and set that. All right, we're going to slide to the right. All right, fuel bleed air valves actually need to start in the off position. Cabin normal. No smoking, those are off. That's in the auto avionics is in the off position. That's good to go. Are my inverters off? Yep, they're off. Okay, cool. Everything's zeroized here, 0 level. Altimeter, I need to set that, but first I need to get battery power so I can get my ATIS online. So what we're going to do is batteries left and right can come online. And avionics switches going to come online as well. We're going to go and pull up the ATIS. See if he's still online here. Yeah, 123.90. Do I have HF1 is selected? 90. Is it not? I'm not receiving anything. Contact. See Boise Ground's online. Boise Ground Envoy 1241 with request.
Envoy 1241, Boise Ground, go ahead.
Boise Ground Envoy 1241. I tried to pick up the ATIS but wasn't receiving. Is it offline?
Envoy 1241, negative. ATIS hotel current. Winds are 120 at 1 tree, and altimeter is 3066.
All right, hotel's current 3066. Envoy 1241. Appreciate it. Thanks. All right, so I'm not pulling it, so I'm going to try to. I'm just going to pull.
Envoy 1241. Just an FYI, I don't see a flight plan filed for you yet. Are you still working on that?
Hey, firm, we'll have it filed here in a second.
Envoy 1241, roger.
There we go. 2 left, 2 right are in effect. In use. Okay. Yeah, I gotta file my flight plan. File it. Boise. Walla Walla. Interesting. We're gonna disconnect and connect again as to. Oh, you know what? Oh, this is funny. This is funny. Hold on, guys. I was trying to connect with my wife's account. No. That would explain why it's not showing up. All right. All right, cool. That should have fixed it. And Boise Ground Envoy 1241. You should see a flight plan on file now.
Envoy 1241, that's a negative. I don't see it yet.
Tier file flight plan. Okay. Now connect. All right, we're gonna continue on. We'll get to the flight plan issue here in a second. But all right, so batteries are online. Awesome. Glad I was able to help you, man. All right, so we're got that done. We're gonna go ahead and grab ground power so we can get that rolling. Okay, so once we get the battery and power established, basically, what we're going to do is zeroize fuel. Make sure that's all 0. This is zeroed out. 16,000 set. We need to go ahead and set in our GPS, our flight plan. So we're going to be from Boise. There we go. No. I want to go next. There we go. And we're going to direct to Ola. That's interesting. So we're going to look for O. And then L. This is the fun part with the 430. Okay. So we did get actually a PDC from him. So we did get our flight plan, which is good. The 430 style, it's easier when you're actually like in person scrolling. But yeah, so waypoint is going to be OLA. Accept that. And then direct Prius. So LMNOP. If you guys don't do that when going through an alphabet, I don't know why. I always still A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and so forth. PRE. So that, gosh. Problem with the scroll wheel. PREIS. There it is. And then we're going direct to the airport, which is Kilo, Alpha, Lima, and then Whiskey. All right, so that gets our flight plan done, actually. Too easy. How's your railroad flying going? It's going pretty well. I actually flew this last Monday, and went up there and did some practice. Did turns around a point, power on, power off stalls. I also did power off 180s, engine out procedures at 3,000 feet down to land. I did, some traffic pattern work. Got some touch and go landings, some aborted takeoff procedure work, simulated aborted takeoffs, engine out takeoffs, that kind of thing. So yeah, it's not too hard. Jesse, hello. I always had a hard time with that because of my dyslexia. Oh man, I can understand that. I can understand that. All right, so we're actually going to be on the Boise 3 departure. Let's check out the Boise 3 departure. See, now I can't show you. Let me add a window capture here. And it's going to be Navigraph. You guys can see what I'm looking at. All right, so here we go. Let's bring this up. Let's make it larger so you guys can really see. All right, so we are here at Boise, the actual airport here. We're gonna go bring up chart, and we're gonna go to the standard instrument departure. So he said Boise 3 departure. So we're gonna check it out. Hour accumulation. I'm over 101 hours now. Yeah. So it's going, man. It's going. All right. So we're gonna take off 10 left or right. It's basically straight out off the Boise 098. And if we read here, take off minimum, blah blah blah. Obstacle notes, basically climb 60,000 or lower assigned altitude on Boise radial 098. So basically just straight out departure. Won't even worry, there's no waypoint to put in there for the Boise 3 departure. So we're good there. We'll go and close that out. All right. So that's good. So the flight plan is basically set and done. We're good with that. We are going to go ahead and turn on a strobes and lights, let people know we're about to get this thing a rotating beacon as well. Rolling and going. Fuel on board. We do need to make sure that we have enough fuel on board. You have to do it through the default X-plane stuff here. So we need to go edit weight and balance. And total fuel is going to be 1811. So we're actually going to round it up 1,900 pounds. Okay, enter that. Perfect. And then payload weight. Let me bring that up. My payload. Payload is going to be 4180. All right, done. Apply changes. Cool. All right, so that's done. Got that all set and ready. Thank you, Antonio. I plan to keep up the good work. I plan to get my instrument. That's the goal this year in flying in real life, is to get my instrument rating. Hopefully that'll happen. That's the goal. First thing is to get the ground test done. So I gotta study hard and do that, you know, and knock that out. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and set my course as kind of a reference here to my departure, which, if you remember, was 098 radial. What's your favorite X-Plane 11 plane? Probably the Zebo, just because of, well, I like the Tolus. Tolus is a lot of fun, but the Zebo's free. It's hard to beat free, you know what I'm saying? All right, that's set 366, and we're gonna be, let's see, 4,500 pounds. V1 rotate is 109er, so we're gonna set that on this guy as our V1 rotate speed. There we go. We're gonna go ahead and finish with that. We're going to show the map version. Actually, no, we'll keep that. We'll keep that up for now. Okay. So ground idle low. We want RPMs in the low position. We are going to go ahead and taxi, no, don't need that. That's already set. Already got those on. Generators left and right are on for now. Bleed air will come on after we start up. Startup's really easy, guys, by the way. Really easy. We are going to go ahead and arm our that. And let's see, am I missing anything? Ooh, I don't think so. I think we're basically ready to go. Oh, this needs to be off. Transponder. Ooh, we need to set transponder. What did he assign us? What did he assign us? Let's see, 4064 036 4 or 4. Yeah, 4036. All right. So that can go just to on, standby on. Cool. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to give this a startup and push back. Yeah. Give me a push and start. Let's see. Beacon 0 foot. All right, so he didn't give me a push and start on discretion. Let me give him a call. And Boise ground, Envoy 1241, looking for push and start.
Envoy 1241, say position on the ramp.
We're going to be at gate Charlie 4.
Envoy 1241, I do not control the ramp. Call me for a taxi.
All right, we'll call you for taxi, Envoy 1241. Just covering my bases here. Covering my bases. All right, we're going to go ahead and get the pushback started.
Tow is driving up.
That way you can go and get here. Get it here. Beard's getting a little long. Need to start trimming it again. Starting to get where it starts to poke my lips. I hate when it pokes my lips. That's when I know I need to trim my beard. When it starts poking my lips. I've had problems with better pushback recently. Like not letting go of the plane. I don't know if you guys have had that problem.
All doors and hatches are closed.
Ooh, is not closed, sir. They're not closed, but you can go ahead and connect. All right, we're gonna go ahead and baggage main cargo doors. Keep ground power for now.
Windshield strap and adapter.
Hey, Kirby.
Release
Yep.
parking brake
Yep.
when ready to
I always
start
check the name before I. I learned that. I check the name before I start flying, so if I see it pop up in the chat, I know who it is. Thanks for controlling. I appreciate it. Oh no, not another one of those guys that's put in the stupid. Where's that? Where's that? There it is. And. Does not do it. There we go. All right. So he's ready to push start. So we're going to go ahead and push, and we're going to get started. It's really easy to start this thing, guys. Really, really easy. Really, really easy. All right. So we're going to go. Hey, man, I understand. I got my major cert last year. But that was for tower and ground, of course. All right. So you've ready to push start, release parking brake. And right when he starts pushing, we're gonna hit the start button.
starting pushback, and you may start engines.
There it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. EGT's rising. We're let go. Making sure EGT doesn't go over 60,050. Ooh, that's close. That was close. That was close. Number 2, or number 1 actually. EGT's rising, release. Prepare to stop if needed.
Operations complete. Set parking brake.
Parking brake is set.
Connecting tow. Standby.
Stand by for disconnecting of the tow. We're gonna bring up a round chart here. Probably 10 left will be our departure. So we'll head over to make base, take a right here and go to Whiskey. Now this guy's probably not going to release me. That's what's happened in the past here. This guy will just sit here forever, even though it's done and completed. So I have to go in here and go, hey, push back. It's just what I have to do. I don't know why it's doing it. I need to try reinstalling it and fixing it, but you know, priorities, right? Priorities. All right, we're gonna go back here real fast. Linux. All right, so I've got this guy up. This shows my subscriber numbers. We got 11 to go, guys. If you have friends or family that may be interested in joining, now's the time. We're gonna get that 75. All right. No worries, man. No worries. So 098 is set. That's all good. Everything's looking great. Fantastic. Just awesome. We're gonna get our taxi light on. Cabin pressurization we actually need to set to 3,400 for now, and bleed air needs to come on so we can pressurize the cabin appropriately. You take the altitude you're at plus 500. That's what the manual says, so that's what I'm doing. Once we pass 2,500 feet, then we set it to cruise altitude. That's what they do, so that's what I'm doing. All right, so right now it's saying we're in beta. All right, left, right AC bus. Did I not switch something over here? Let's see. Boat generators are on. Not sure why it showed. Oh, you know what? I didn't turn the inverter on. There we go. Do you have missed your former career law enforcement? General question. I understand if you don't answer. Curious. I do. For sure. There are days where I'm like, man, I miss it. But there's also days where I'm like, man, I'm so glad I'm not there anymore. Especially right now with everything that's going on. But I do miss it some days. For sure. Without a doubt. Alright, we're going to go ahead and get clearance to taxi. Pull my Abby tab again so I can get it. Boise ground, Envoy 1241, looking taxi 10 left.
Envoy 1241, runway 10 left, taxi via Alpha Whiskey.
10 left via Alpha Whiskey, Envoy 1241. Right, so immediate right, and then to Whiskey. Let's go and get my pedals, make sure they're good to go. Brakes test, yep. And left and right's looking good. Alright, while we're rolling, go out to reporting mode on. And we're going to go ahead and turn on our weather radar. Not that it works, but, you know, just going through the motions here. Bleed air is going to come off right before we actually take off. That way we have max takeoff power. What is the... Well, this does taxi very fast, by the way, guys. You really have to pay attention to it. I'm going to go to nav 1. We're going to set 113.3. Make that primary. That way we have it on our HSI. So not this next left, but the one after that. So I do, in real life, I do have my high performance endorsement. High performance basically means that I can fly aircraft that fly over 100, that have over 180 horsepower, like 181 plus horsepower. Plus they go over, I can't remember the speed. There's like a 150 knots or something like that. I can't remember the actual speed on it. But this would definitely be a high performance aircraft. But I am not multi-engine rated or commercial rated, so I'm not either of those, so I couldn't actually fly this aircraft in real life. But hey, that's what flight simulation is for, right? That's what it's for. Windsock looks good. Yep, we're definitely going to be coming straight out of it, and it looks about 8 to 10 knots, so that's about right. According to the ATIS information hotel that was given to us. Alright, this is Whiskey right here. Well, Kirby, that's okay. I know it sucks. Well, you can't... Is there some type of medical condition that prevents you from flying, like, at all? Or is it just you can't actually, like, pilot the aircraft for some reason? Because if it's just the piloting aspect, you can still go fly. You just have to be with an instructor. So find an instructor, Flynn, who doesn't mind flying you. And, go fly with them, you know? Hey, what's going on? 8. Gotcha. Yeah, I understand. I'm ready to switch to Unicom, sir, whenever you're ready. Let's see. Okay, go ahead and turn bleeds off. Landing lights on. Text lights off. Wing lights on. Pit of heats left and right coming on. Alright, I think we're about ready to go. Switch that over to hot a little bit. And Boise ground, Envoy 1241's ready to depart runway 210 left. Permission to monitor Unicom.
Envoy 1241, no permission required. When you're first in line, you are free to switch.
Alright, thanks for the services. I'll see you later.
Safe flight.
And Boise traffic, Envoy 1241 is departing runway 10 left. It's going to be a straight out departure on the Boise 3. Boise traffic. Alright, high RPMs. I'm going to get onto the runway here. One zero left on the ground. 10 on the compass. Holding. Going to 25% torque. There's 25% torque. Positive green RPMs. Release parking brake. Or release brake. %, torque. Engine's in the green. Airspeed's alive. 80 knots. 109. Rotate. 10 degrees up. We're off the ground. You're coming up. And sliding to the right. And steering's coming off. Radar altimeters right here. Instrument flying, I love it. Alright, there is 6,000 feet. Go ahead and turn my bleed airs back on. Raise the cabin altitude to 7,500. Do I need a first officer? Alright, let's go ahead and start making a left-hand turn here to match up with our GPS. And Boise traffic, Envoy 1241 passing 7,500 off of 10 left, about 5 miles from the airport. Last call for Boise traffic, Envoy 1241. Alright, we're going to make a left-hand turn, holding 10 degrees pitch. We're just going to maintain this until we get up to 16,000 feet. We're going to continue our left-hand turn, just nice, easy. About a 15 degree, or yeah, about 15 degree bank right now. Or sorry, about a 7 degree bank. 10. 10 because 5, 15, 25, 30. Keep that positive 10. Hey, I'm flying this sucker because the autopilot, it's not the best. What can you say? There's 10,000 feet. Come off. Wing lights off. Right now, we have to basically make a... We'll hold here for a second. Get the vertical speed going. And what we're going to do is go direct to... And that'll hold it up right there. So we're looking at 31306 is what we need to hit. Continue our climb here. And we're going to go ahead and set this to 310. Oops. 306. And we're going to go ahead and activate the autopilots. Viewer lock. That'll grab onto the GPS signal here. Or should. Oh, GPS. There we go. There we go. Alrighty. So that's how you take off in the Fairchild. Now, once we're up in cruise, a couple things that we'll want to do. We do want to decrease our, basically our RPMs. Bring our prop back a little bit. Bring it right there at the bottom, basically bottom of the green. Little arch, that'll be about 92% of the RPM, and that's what you want. Torque is, you really can play with whatever. But you want your EGT, which is your exhaust gas temperature, to not go over 650, obviously. Right, and that's what that red line is. But we can add a little bit more fuel to keep us a decent speed here. High performance flying, guys. You got to worry about torque, EGT, RPMs, all kind of fun stuff. But it's awesome. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. We're 2,000 feet from top of... Oh, we didn't put our no smoking sign on. Whoopsies. Let's see. I'm obsessed with the A300 and the A310, but the Zibo is the Zibo. Yeah, I like the Airbuses too. What? The Zibo is free, you know, so can't complain. Cestlin Composer Official, your tutorial on the SSG 170 helped me a lot. Thanks. You're welcome. Good deeds fishing. Whee! Yeah. Sorry I didn't reply to your chats earlier. I was flying the aircraft, you know. Kind of important. This episode is sponsored by Body Armor. Just kidding, it's not. I wish it was. If they want, hey, if you want to sponsor me, just reach out. Hint, hint, nod, nod. All right. So we are, if we zoom in here, we can see on our, we are 31.2 miles from Ola. Go to our nav, you're already there, and switch to, give me the little one. There it is. Here is our kind of flight, right? That's us, a little guy. And that's where we're going. Straight to Walla Walla Regional. Walla Walla Regional. So we're just going to be flying here for a little while. Monitoring our engines and everything and making sure everything's good. Can I turn up the brightness of this guy? I can't, can I? I can't change any of this. Change that. I don't think this works though, so. Antonio, if you'll check, I have a YouTube video actually on the comparison between the Level Up and the Zebo. In regards to the aircraft itself, I really enjoyed it. It's definitely a higher quality textures and everything. I like the fact that you got multiple different variations. My only complaint is that the flight model's not quite there yet. I know they're working on it. I know they're also working on a max version, which will be really cool to fly. So if I'm going to fly the 737-800, I'm probably still going to fly the Zebo. But if I'm going to fly the 700, 600, 900, 900 ER versions, obviously I have to fly the Level Up. But I would anyway, because it's still really good. I mean, Zebo helped them, right? So it's not like they're like a competitor, even though I've made it a versus, video. They've collaborated on, with each other. So here's a question for you guys. Here's an interesting question. I know the answer to this, but I want to hear your answer. So we're at 16,000 feet. Our barometric pressure is 3066. That's what we were given in Boise. Now we are approximately 20 miles from Boise. What do we do with our altimeter? We're at 16,000 feet. What do we do with our altimeter? What do we do? What do we do with the altimeter? You know what? I took off without flaps. Whoops. Things you miss without a checklist. Go to the barrel of the arrival or the current place we're over, not sure. Okay. Anybody else have any other answers? Not be set to 29.92, the standard barometric pressure. Okay. Anybody else got any answers? 29.92. So, let's take the altimeter route 33065. 29.9 is only above level 180. Kirby, you are correct in the United States. Decrease the baro based off of the altimeter. Antonio 499, thanks for these super chat, man. I appreciate it. Try again. I will set it to the arrival airport, I think. Okay, so here's the answer. Are you guys ready? In the United States, you have to, over 18,000 feet, you set your barometric pressure to 29.92, standard barometric, which is a 10.15 in what, pascals. With the, in the United States, when you're below 18,000 feet, you set it to the closest airport to you. Or if you're coming into an arrival airport, let's say you're about to start your descent, you set it to the arrival airport barometric pressure. Now, there's a couple of exceptions to that rule. If, for example, if you're right on the edge of a front, like a high-pressure front or a low-pressure front, there's probably going to be a big barometric pressure difference, so that's something to consider, especially flying in the mountains. There's a whole different stuff to that. But in most cases, you set your destination barometric pressure when you're under descent, right? For intermediate, like Kirby said, he mentioned Kilo Bravo, Kilo Echo. Let's see where that is on here. Don't see it here. Let me bring up Navigraph. All right. Let's see. Where is Baker City? So this is the one that he brought up, right? So Baker City is, you know, what's the alternative to Baker City? And he mentions 3060, which I trust what Kirby's saying. He's in Boise. So we can go and switch that and make sure, because now you notice that when I lower the barometric pressure, my altitude decreased. It decreased. It thought we were lower. So my aircraft believed we were higher than we actually were. So having the right barometric pressure is essential. It is so crucial, especially flying when you have high terrain like we are right now. There's a high terrain everywhere right now. I was actually flying in this aircraft during my test flight, and I was flying and I didn't check. Yeah, the METAR command is my friend. Yeah, I use it all the time too. I didn't check the barometric pressure of the arrival airport, and it was 20 different, guys, 20 inches of mercury different. That is huge, right? So when I changed it, all of a sudden, I realized I was too low. I was like 100 feet above, smacking into this mountaintop. So I was like, oh, crap. So I already got back up about another 1,000 feet. I was like, oh, shoot, you know. So it does matter. Typical day at NASA. I don't know if we can have a really typical day at NASA. No, I guess that's not true. Every bureaucratic organization has a typical day. All right, so we just reached our first waypoint. Our next direct to is 313, so we're going to change our course to 313 on our HSI. Getting a little bit of turbulence. So we're going to go no smoking and seatbelts on. Because we definitely don't want to have some accidents in the back. Now, I mentioned to you guys that there's in other streams there are certain rules to live by. You can see there's mountains over here we got to pay attention to. All right, now we're going straight to Walla Walla. So 318 set. All right, so we are 131 miles to go. Right, so 131 miles to go. And we are going to basically, we're going to have to do descent calculations on our own, landing calculations on our own, and do all of that, right? So the Metroliner is a more retro, it's a 1980s turboprop, right? So we don't have glass cockpits, we don't have all these fancy calculators, really, that do all this stuff for us. So we're going to have to do it ourselves. So if we're at 16,000 feet, let's bring up Navigraph again, shall we? Because Navigraph's a great little tool. Great little tool to use. Although I could, you know what, I'll just use AviTab. I'll just use AviTab. Why not? We'll get rid of Boise's. And we'll go to Walla Walla. It's ALW. Alright, so Walla Walla Regional Airport elevation is 1,205 feet. Okay, altitude, mean sea level. Right, so if we are at 16,000 feet, what is the difference in regards to us just like having to descend to it? Well, simple, right? 16,000. Oh, nav map user here. Ain't nothing wrong with that. 16,000 feet minus 1,205. Simple math. That equals 14,795 feet. So basically, we'll just round it. I'm not crazy like that. We're just gonna round it, right? So 14.8, right? That's what we're looking at. So 14.8 times that by 3. What's that give you? That gives you 42. That's at 0.8, so it's actually 44.4. 44.4 nautical miles away from the airport when you start descent, and that's estimating a descent rate, right? We gotta figure out a descent rate. So at 44 nautical miles out, how long is it going to take us to get from 44 nautical miles out there, right? And that's roughly, I mean, there's a bunch of that calculation is mainly used for jets, right? And you're flying pretty fast. But you can do this with everything else. So you can go, I want to descend at 500 feet per minute, right? 500 feet per minute, you can set it. 1,000 feet per minute, you can set it. So we're going to do 1,000 feet per minute, okay? So 1,000 feet per minute, 14,000 feet. So 14 minutes out, right? We're traveling at 240 knots, 245 knots right now, okay? Or 240. Yeah, it's 240 knots right now. So we'll travel 240 nautical miles in 1 hour. So if we take 240 and let's see how many, that's 4.4 nautical miles per minute. So if we did 44, that would take 10 minutes. So let's bring that back. Let's not do 44. Let's do even further back from that. For doing 1,000 feet per minute, we need to bring it back to roughly 55 nautical miles or so. Yeah, roughly. Now, if I had, which I don't have, my E6B, I could do all the fancy calculations on a rotary little thing, but I won't worry about doing that. Anyway, so about 55 nautical miles away, we'll actually start descent at 1,000 feet per minute. And that should bring us down to the airport with no issues. Supposedly. I guess we'll see if my roundabout in-the-head calculations are correct. Now, I could do this on a piece of paper and do all the fancy calculations and stuff. I ain't worried about that. I'm not going to get that involved. Not in this. But if you guys want to do that, feel free. You know the altitudes. If you want to do the calculations, you're more than welcome to. All right, 111 miles to go. You can see that two places. You can see on the GPS, but you can also see it here. Because again, we're pulling our information from our GPS. HSI source select is in GPS mode, so we're pulling it from our GPS. What kind of a... So I don't want to become pilot. Bad at math, so it's not a good combination. Yeah, I mean, that could be a problem, right? That could be a problem. What type of... How do we want to approach the airport? Now, let's pull the... Let me pull up something. Let's see. So the Walla Walla Airport is 3065. It's altitude 1205. Right now its winds are calm. So we can do the ILS approach. I think that's probably what we'll do here. We'll probably do the ILS approach. There's RNAV approaches too. Oh, there's a VOR DME. Okay, guys, what do you want me to do? Since winds are calm, we can basically fly any of these. You want to see me do an ILS approach, a VOR DME approach, or just a VOR approach? What do you want to see me do? I won't even look at them. You make the decision. I'll do it, and however difficult it is, we'll go with it. What do you want me to do on this approach? We're about 50 nautical miles out from our top of descent, so you'll have a little bit of time. Am I going to be getting a beta X-Plane 12? I know just as much as you do about X-Plane 12, so I have no idea. I mean, if Austin wants to reach out and give me a beta version, I'd take it. I'm not going to turn it down. I'd check it out. I'd leave it on, I'll be an honest reviewer. ILS. They should. Well, you know, I'm not that big of a YouTuber. I've actually, since I've started this stream, I've lost a subscriber. I don't know what that means. I'm at 7488 now. I'm shooting for 75. It's pretty funny. Pretty funny. Hit the like button down below, guys, by the way. Subscribe if you haven't. Going for 7,500 subscribers. Going to keep flying until we get it. This could be a long one, folks. This could be a long one. So I only got one vote for ILS. So we can do the ILS. Runway 20. Learn more from you than anyone else on YouTube. Well, that's great. I'm happy I was able to assist. For sure. We're doing 11.7 on that. And then 2 will set to 116.4. All right. So our VRAM speed at flaps down is 114. It's going to be right there. Yep. So we'll do the ILS. So we'll go ahead and load that up here. Procedures, select approach. ILS Yankee is what I chose. And let's see, which one do we want? No, I chose Zulu, actually. Clear. Procedure, select approach. Zulu. And we're going to go... do we want transition, Ringo, hollow, do hollow, initial approach fix. We'll load it, but we will not activate it yet. So this is 1980s is when the Metroliner came out. Let me pull up and read the stuff about it. It's the Metroliner 3. Now it's free. It's a free freeware, and it came the actual in the X-Plane. It came out on the 19th of this year. The Fairfield Swearingen Metro, later Fairfield Aerospace Metro, is a 19-seat pressurized twin-turbo airliner, first produced by Swearingen Aircraft and later by Phil Fitzgerald Aircraft Plant in San Antonio, Texas. First flight was in August 26, 1969. Introduction was in 1972. They are produced from 1968 to 2001. Just shy of 600 were built, or just over 600 were built. The Metroliner was an evolution of the Swearingen Merlin turboprop-powered business aircraft. Ed Swearingen, a Texas fixed-base operator, FBO, started the developments that led to the Metro through gradual modifications to the Beechcraft twin Bonanza and Queen Air business aircraft, which he dubbed Excalibur. Interesting. The new fuselage, but with a similar nose and vertical fin, were developed and married to salvage and rebuilt Queen Air wings and horizontal tail. So this is a conglomeration of a bunch of different aircrafts. Oh, and twin Bonanza landing gear. This became the SA-26 Merlin, more or less a pressurized Excalibur. Through successful models, The engines were changed to Pratt & Whitney Canada PT6 and the Garrett TPE 3301 turboprops. These are marketed as business aircraft seating 8 to 10 passengers. And all new aircraft. Okay, so they finally went and built their own all new aircraft. Built and named the SA226-T Merlin 3, which is the Metroliner 3, with a nose, wings, and landing gear, cruciform horizontal tail, and inverted inlet Garrett engines. Ultimately, a stretch of the Merlin 3 was designed sized to seat 22 passengers, called the Metro. Because FAA regulations limited the airliner to no more than 19 seats if no flight attendant was to be carried, the aircraft was optimized for that number of passengers. Interesting how they modified it just to meet the FAA requirements, right? It's also marketed initially. Sales of the version were roughly double that of the Metro. Interesting. Merlin 4. Prototype construction of the Metro began in 1968. First flight was August 26, 1969. They had financial difficulties. In late 1971, Fairchild, which was marketing the Metro and building its wings and engine nacelles, bought 90% of the company and renamed the company. In 1974, the original Metro models were replaced by the Metro 2. After about 20 Metros and 30 Merlin IVAs had been built. Let's see. Yep, the Metro 3, which is this version, also initially certified in 1980. So this is the 1980s aircraft. Up to 14,000 pounds. This increased to 14,500. So, yeah. It's been used by airlines, American Eagle, which is now Envoy. It's been used by military. It's been used by cargo aircraft or cargo freighter operators. Actually, there's an airport close to where I live that has 2 Fairchilds that fly out of it pretty much on a daily basis. They fly to and from Atlanta, I believe is where it is, and bringing cargo to the area. So I've actually seen this in person. It's pretty cool. They're different. They're not going to find another aircraft that looks like a Fairchild. That's for sure. That is for sure. All right, so we're going to go in here. What is our 3200? Let me get this sucker all the way down to 3200. Yes, it is weird looking, but there's something kind of fascinating about it. The fact that this literally was a thrown together aircraft, the original, by a fixed based operator, an FBO, which is where us general aviation guys fly in and out of all the time. Usually just like 1 or 2 guys own and operate the business. That they kind of took 2 different aircraft and combined them. That's just like so cool. That's so fascinating. All right, 3200. We'll set that at 55 out. We'll start our descent, which is in 10 nautical miles. Yeah, let me give a nice flyby. Yeah, it's definitely interesting looking. Weird nose, but it's actually a baggage compartment up here. Since it's a twin turbo, they don't use this for anything else, and they actually developed this so that you could put baggage here to weight and balance the aircraft, right? Because you got a bunch of passengers and cargo back here, and the fuel's obviously right here on the wings. This allows them to balance the aircraft back more nose heavy, which is what you want. So yeah, there's a reason behind the long nose, and you actually see that with a lot of turboprops. TBM, of course, TBM has the engine in the front, right? So that really doesn't make any sense. But if you look at Cessna Citations, the jets, they have a long, weird-looking nose. That's so that they can balance the weight and balance. That's why they have it. All right. 60 nautical miles. So we're about to start a descent here. We are going to change our cabin altitude to 1700. We're going to change the rate here. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to make our descent here into Walla Walla. Appreciate you flying with us. We'll be down here in a moment. All right, we're gonna go ahead and disconnect the autopilot. Yeah. I've got the aircraft. I've got the aircraft. We're gonna start descent. Pull back our throttles here. Oop, nope, too much. Bring it back up, right? Oop, nope, too much. Right there. And back to autopilot. Wanted to get that vertical speed set. We're just gonna bring back our throttles just to make sure we don't overspeed this thing. Hello, Gary Shepard. I'm doing well. How are you doing? Bring it back down to 500. All right. Cold in Florida. Hey, it's cold in Alabama too. So we are at 7,489 subscribers. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Looking for that 7,500 subscriber mark today. Would appreciate your support, as always. Probably. I think we're actually getting a little warm today. We're getting a high of 60 here in Alabama, so we're kind of happy about that. But it's already been in the 30s here at night. It's going to be the 20s, I think, starting tonight, and then it's dropping into the teens in a couple days. Chief Sim Pilot, awesome. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Kids don't want to go to school. I mean, do they ever want to go to school? We're going to go ahead and arm our steering as we're on descent now. .45 miles to go. We're at 13.1, so we've descended about 2,900 feet in 10 nautical miles. So let's just say roughly 3,000 feet, 10 nautical miles, so 3,000, 13, so we're going to be a little faster than I anticipated on the descent, but that's okay. We'll be fine. We'll be okay. Everything it's gonna be alright. Let's see what we got here. Walla Walla, we do have moderate icing. Moderate icing below 7,000 feet, so I'll have to monitor that. Let's see here. Coming in from the south here, 6,200 is the altitude of these mountains right here. So as long as we don't run into those, we'll be fine. Go north. So we're gonna, what we'll do, we'll set our altitude limitation to, just for the sake of safety, we're gonna set it to 7,000. And maintain 7,000 until we're closer to the approach end, because they're actually not going straight to the airport, right? So we're actually going to disengage the vertical speed. Pull it up a little bit, and we'll lock it in right there at 500. Because we're actually going more north of the airport first for the approach end, so we'll actually need to not descend as much. We're actually going further, so we needed to, top of descent should have been later. I didn't calculate that. Whatever. I like to level up. I don't have an issue with them. I don't particularly like the flight model is not as good as the Zebo, but I have a comparison video. I encourage you to check it out on, and I kind of give my thoughts on the two. But the level up definitely has better textures. But Zebo helps the level up, so I'm not like, again, we're not like bashing them together, which one's going to win kind of deal. They both have their qualities. Yeah, I will say probably the one that I've had two simulator crashes. Never crashed in real life. Never plan to, but you never know. I practice. But anyway, that's besides the point. I've had two simulator crashes. One was early on, and I was flying with the virtual airline, and I had, you start off in low in the totem pole, flying a Cessna 172, flying like charter flights and stuff like that. And then I graduated, and I was so excited. I got into a Beach Baron, and I flew it 4 times, no problems, flew it perfectly fine. The 5th time I was flying from, I want to say it's from Amsterdam to Heathrow, and it was like an 1.5-hour flight in the Beach Baron. So I'm flying this thing. As I'm descending, I realize my fuel is low. I don't know if I'm going to make it to the airport. Well, I come in on approach, I'm on short final, and I run out of fuel. I landed 200 feet short of the runway. That would really bum me out. I didn't, like a week I didn't get back on. In the next one was actually on stream. It's still up. I didn't take it down. I lost control. I crashed the 737-800 on short final into Atlanta on VATSIM. I was like 1,000 feet up, and I lost, or 2,000 feet up, something like that. I lost both engines to hail, apparently. Now, I don't think the weather system was accurate, but that doesn't matter. It is what it is. It happened, and I crashed short, and it was pretty bad. It was like 2,000 feet per minute. It was just, disintegrated in impact pretty much. Yeah. That one hurt too, because it was live. But I've learned since then. I've better than I was then. It's a pretty valley over here on the left. And we are 20 miles away from Walla Walla. Walla Walla regional traffic. Envoy 1241 is 20 miles to the southeast, inbound for the ILS runway 20 Zulu approach. Walla Walla traffic. Sure. Yeah, it's a cool little plane. Oh, we're 10 subscribers now. So we're at 7,409 subscribers, guys. 10 more to go. Sev Ashamur. Hi from France. Question: what's the aftermath if you crash on VATSIM or IVO? Any cooldown or else? It's so ugly, it's beautiful. Yeah, exactly right. So there's no like consequence if you crash. Let me go ahead and activate this procedure real fast, guys. Hold on. There's no like consequence if you crash on VATSIM. It's only if like you get in the way of their aircraft. So like if you're having a problem, you're going to crash. They ask that you disconnect from the network so that you don't interfere with other aircraft. You know, but if you crash, like if you're on short final no control and you crash. You're not going to crash. You're not going to destroy the other aircraft, right? If you end up crashing into for some reason. But if you're doing it intentionally, you can get in trouble and whatever. But I mean, like Kirby said, he's a controller just like me on VATSIM. If you crash, you crash. We're not going to be butthurt about it. Same livery in a major snowstorm. De-icing was so loud. You know, I kind of want to hit it just to see. Well, that's auto. I wish I could flip it the manual to make the boots pop, you know. All right, we're getting close to our bottom of the descent here. Let's see what we got. 4,600. Let's go ahead and bring this down to 4,600 now. We're going to slow down. You are welcome. And we're going to set our course to the course here, which is 196. Kirby, I mean it. Yeah, I may be more experienced, but it don't matter. If you control more than I do, then you have more experience, you know. So I don't really. I'm not one to be like, "Ooh, I've got S2, so you're not nothing because you're only S1." That's just, nope. That's not how I roll. But I may have more experience. I don't know. I don't know how many controlling hours you have. I don't know how many I have. Just because I'm a tower controller as well doesn't necessarily mean I have more experience, you know. I have more experience as a tower controller, but maybe not as ground. You may have way more experience as ground than I do. Who knows? Captain Shaquillo Oatmeal. How's it going? I don't even know how to say that name. I'll just call you Captain Oatmeal if that works. More fun controlling or flying? Oh. In real life, I would say flying. That's without a doubt. Now, in a flight simulator, I enjoy both. I don't know. Controlling's nice. You can just sit back and relax. Right? Sit back and relax and just enjoy yourself. But flying is a lot of fun. It's a lot more interactive. So it's more engaging. So it depends on what you want to do, right? Captain Oatmeal, new around here, Bambozo sent me. Congrats on 7.5K. Well, I haven't hit 7.5K yet. I've got 9 more subscribers to go. This is hopefully hitting 7.5K during the stream. But Bombasso, I appreciate you sending over here. And thanks for being here as well. Hey, Jessica. She's literally sitting like 5 feet from me. You've got 94 more hours. Yeah. Oh, you looked up on the VAT sim. Okay, never mind. I was like, why do you look that up? Never mind. I know how you did that. All right, we're going to set this to 32. And once we hit this position, we're going to turn on course, and then we'll set to the VOR. Learn the cold and dark from Zero from Micah. Great tutorials. Absolutely, Gary. Thank you, Captain Oatmeal. I appreciate the subscription. We're now 8 away from 7,500. All right, so we're making our turn now. Ringo probably would have been a better move, but that's okay. Oatmeal family, we tight. I'll definitely check out his channel for sure. I don't mind subscribing to people. All right, landing lights should be on. Yep, they're on now. I'm gonna turn that on. All right, we're gonna go ahead and activate approach mode and switch to nav 1. And we're going to set to 198. What was the 196 is that, and 1.7. We still haven't picked it up, apparently. We're gonna do some manual flying here. I think that's the airport right over there. Coming into alignment here. And I think we captured it. Yeah, we've captured it. So we've captured it. Bring our speeds down. One 13 is what we're looking for. Approach mode's activated once we capture the glide slope. What are we at? Quarter flaps. And capture glide slope. Gear coming down. Outer marker. Flaps full. All right, let's take over manual control. Autopilot's off. I've got the flight controls.
Pull up.
1,000 feet. Oh,
Pull
God.
up.
That's so messed up. The pull up. I need to change that for the subscriber alert. Thanks for subscribing, though. I appreciate it. A little high. Let's get down. Got a little bit of a crosswind from the left here. $400. We'll set our crosswind correction in. That right rudder in to get us straight onto the runway. Beta. Alrighty. Welcome to Walla Walla. How was my landing rate? I didn't see it. Let me see if I have. Yeah, terminal's over here on the left. Well, let's do faces it here. Fires, Creola. Thanks for coming. Thanks for subscribing, folks. ATX Flyer, hello. We're at 5 short of 7,500 now. Thank you, Kawabara Matthews. I appreciate it. What was the rating? Did you guys see it? I didn't see it. Turn that off. Put this in standby mode. I did not make any radio calls. That was my bad. Oopsie, oopsies. I was so focused on flying. Walla Walla traffic. Boy 1241 is clear of runway 20. On boys. Walla Walla traffic. Takeoff 280. Ah, it's not bad at all. Bog Wraith, welcome. Glad to see you here. 4 to go, guys. 4 subscribers to go. Counting down. No, I don't want to put them in beta. And we're going to go off there. Taxi lights on. Wing lights off. Terminal's up here on the left, supposedly. Not bad for my second landing ever in this aircraft. If I do say so myself. Which I do, so there you go. There is the fuel pumps are up here on the left. But I guess, yeah, they got badge carts, so this would be the terminal out of Walla Walla. Not a big airport, but that's what the whole point of the Metroliner was for. Metroliner was supposed to support small airports. I think I turned too early. This is a gate. This isn't a gate. That's the fuel. This is the gate right here. And all right. Turn off those. Oops, no, wrong button. Turn those off. Bleeds can come off. Generators off. Left and right. Stopping left engine. And pull. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Walla Walla. Thanks for flying with Envoy. Open the cabin doors here. Let you guys out. I appreciate you flying with us, and I'll see you next time, guys. Not you guys, I'm talking about the people inside. Alright. After an hour wait, we flew back to Brownsville and circled the airport 2 times, ended up landing after trying twice. Hey, it happens. I was petrified. I was petrified. Alright, we're going to check out that in the replay mode. First, we're going to disconnect from... That's it. Now we're checking out replay. And then, we are still 4 short, guys. You know what that means? We're doing another flight. That's what that means. We're going to do another flight. We're going to keep flying until we hit 75. Alright, let's check out this landing, though. I do want to check this out. Oh, gosh. What is happening? Oh, clouds moved in. Not bad, not bad. Got that crosswind correction going in there. I did hit the right tires first, and then main landing gear. Was a little off center, but let's go back a second here. Oh, I just missed the captain bars. Oh, that was so close. Watch this. Oh, but like 10 feet. No. Oh, why do I feel like I just had my check ride and I screwed up the short field landing or something by like 10 feet. Anyway. I did not raise my flaps, which is interesting. I think I would have done that. Okay, so here's the options here, guys. So I've got to keep going. I got 4 more subscribers to go. I've got to keep going. I can either I can fly this free 99 plane again. I enjoy it. I think it's a great little aircraft. It's definitely more challenging than your modern day aircraft because of all the analog manual stuff. I can either keep flying this. I can fly this up to Spokane, like I said. Or I can do something else. I could fly a level up. I could fly something else. This is an easy aircraft to get up and go, though. So, you know, I'm up for whatever you guys want to do. Let me know in the chat. I'll be right back. I'm going to drop over to grab something real fast and use the restroom, and then I'll be right back. So let me hit the standby screen. All right, I'm back. So Antonio says level up. What does everybody else say? What does everybody else want? You guys want me to go level up? If I did level up, I couldn't fly out of this airport. I have to go somewhere else. Thank you, Gary. I have to change that. There's several things I have to change, but I'm up for whatever. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see something. Let me see how long the flight would be. It's a really short flight. It's a really short. It's not like super short, but it's short. Let's see, what's this? From Walla Walla to Spokane. We're talking 35 minutes of airtime. So let's do that if y'all are okay with it. Let's continue with the Metroliner. Let's fly to Spokane. Let me change my fuel. It's my payload weight. It's 4180, that's the same. Okay, we're basically, I mean, you got a bunch of it already done. Got a little bit different of a route, obviously. 1200 is going to be our altitude. We're going to go and set this to 1200. Like that, and then we're going to go and routing. So we're going to go flight plan, cursor first. Clear. Yes. Clear all this out. And we're going to go we're actually going to go straight from the VOR of Walla Walla. And then we're going to go on to the Victor 44 airway. I wonder if I can put those in here. I've never even tried to put an airway in here. This should be interesting. This should be interesting. I don't know if I can put Victor 44 in here. Because this is waypoint, right? Yeah, that's not gonna let me do that. What is, get my cursor out of there. We can pull a flight plan. So that's interesting. That's a good question, you know. Yeah, it's gonna be a short flight, that's for sure. You know, if we're looking at, let me pull this over so you guys can see what we're looking at here. Of course, you're not gonna be able to see that because we're no longer on the. Of course, we're not. Of course, we're not. Let me go and change this so while we're at it. Always have a mute button. Always have a mute button. All right, so we'll get that set. So we have that. Get that set. So we have that. All right, we're gonna grab. Go capture. Add source. New source. Add source. Grab this guy. Throw it underneath everything here. All right, so show you what I'm talking about. So Walla Walla is right. We're going to be departing Walla Walla, and the VOR is on Walla Walla itself, and we're going up to Spokane. Now Spokane is right here. Okay, that's a Fairchild Air Force Base. I'm sure it's not. I didn't do that intentionally. And we're going to be going up direct from Walla Walla on the Victor 44 for airway. Now it's a direct to, because it's a direct to the Spokane VOR, or Tarkan actually, or Takan, whatever they call it, Takan. It's a Takan. because we're going direct to it, we really don't have to put any waypoints in here for the Victor 44. It's just a designated place in the sky that they say between these 2 points that you would fly to. So we don't have to worry about actually putting in that as a waypoint, because it's not an actual waypoint, right, guys? It's not a waypoint. So, all right, let's go, and we're going straight to Spokane. I mean, it's basically direct flight. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. So Golf, Echo, Golf. Accept. That's basically it. That's our flight plan, guys. That's our flight plan. All right, let's take this and let's file it, so we can have it Envoy 243. 243 has been filed. All right, and we'll go Xpilot, connect, 243. Get connected there, get back like this. All right, so we're basically ready to rock and roll. I mean, that's how easy it is to turn this guy around. It's not too difficult. Beacons are on, batteries are on, generators left and right go and turn on, inverters off, no smoking and fast seatbelt signs are on, aisle lights, we're gonna go cabin lights for now. Bleed air is off, that's off. We're gonna reset this fuel consumed. I'm trying to remember how to do that. There should be a, that's DME. How do I reset? There it is. You can't really see the button, it's sitting right there. We want to grab the ATIS though from here. What have we got? 3067. There's the altimeter. Winds are still calm, 00. So we'll take off probably the, let's see, what runway we want to take off here. We'll take off, yeah, we'll just take off runway 2. That's going to be the easiest. We'll need to learn about to get the approach, glide slope, and time to each section down in the GA planes. Oh, you're talking about like on the ILS approach, how to get the approach, glide slope, and time to each different waypoint, and doing rough calculations and how long it's going to take you to get to each. Yeah, I mean, it's valid. 016 is going to be our course. Now, you don't have to set this because course is just course. That's for use of navigational devices, but I like to set as a reference. Heading, I am going to set to 016. Oop, nope. Like so. All right, cool. And we'll go ahead and so do we have enough room where we can just turn around? I may not even worry about. Yeah, we have enough room to turn around. I'm not even going to worry about getting what you call it. Better pushback started and rolling. Not even going to worry about it just because of it's too much time. All right, so let's get the engines going here. Go ahead and get the pumps on. And park brake set down. Good, good. This should be in ground idle. Number 2 start. PGT rising. I read the manual, sir. I read the manual. That's what I did. That's good to go. Number 1. EGT, waiting for it to rise. Rising, release. Trim selects left, those are off, those are good. inverter on. Taxi's on. Heat probes are on. Heat shield windshield's on low. De-ice boots are off. Those are on. Nose wheel steering's active. Oh, I didn't. I always forget about the doors, guys. I always forget about the doors. Wait for it to close here. Always check your doors. Alright, so cabin altitude. It's already set, actually, where it needs to be. We are going to go ahead and get my feet on the pedals here. Release parking brake. We're looking for a quarter down. So 106. Set this to 106. And we'll get flaps quarter. Quarter down. Alright, let's go ahead and release my... We're going to do some differential power here. Get us spun around. Left brake on, right prop forward. Spun us on a dime. And Walla Walla regional traffic, Envoy 243, taxiing runway 2 via Alpha. Envoy, Walla Walla traffic. Go and turn on our weather. Bleed valves are still off, that's what we want. Blinding lights, rec on, come on. And we're going to be down, set this back to 2000, since we are a different flight now. Golly, it's getting all over the place. It's hard to control in third person, guys. In that kind of view. It's hard. Three subscribers to go, guys. We're at 7,497. Who's gonna be the guy, girl, who goes 7,500? It's gonna be the question. All right. Wing lights on. Those are good. Bleeds are off. That's on. It's all on, off, on. Good, good, good. Flight level 0000. All right. Walla Walla traffic, Envoy 243, departing runway 2. Could be departure to the northeast. Walla Walla traffic. Props high. 2 to go. 7,498, guys. All right. Increasing torque 25. Positive 25. 95 or 650, whichever is first. 95% set. Airspeed's alive, engine in the green, 80 knots cross check. And rotate. Hold 10%. Or 10 degrees. Not 10%. Thank you, man. Appreciate your subscription. It means a lot. Thank you so much. And we'll turn left crosswind. Departure, basically. Walla Walla traffic. Envoy 243 and left crosswind. Runway 2. Going to be departing the area to the northeast. Walla Walla traffic. Alright, source, go GPS, and we're gonna go 316. Keep turning so we get back on track here. Steering off. And we'll put this up to 75. Lead's coming on. And taxi light off. All right. Autopilot's enabled. Flaps coming up. Should be a pretty short flight, guys. I think 30 minutes is what it said flight time was, so. We have 30 minutes. We can get 2 more subscribers. 2 more. Passing 6,000. I didn't put my gear up. Oh, it's up now. Oh, man. Now I feel like an idiot. Ugh. I was too comfortable. Didn't follow procedures. Thankfully, I was still flying pretty slow enough where I wasn't going to break them off. Shaking my head, guys. I'm shaking my head. When's the last time I used a 737 MAX? Never. Never have. Never have, so I couldn't really help you. I'm sorry. Why is my... Hold on. No. What in the world? Why is it on a... I put in the new flight plan, but it still has like a approach in there. That's weird. Oh, no, no, no. Why is it? Why? Yes! Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Alright, we're gonna manually take over for now. Till we can get this sorted out. Why is it still the old flight plan? Why is it not clearing out? That's so weird. We're just gonna go this for now. We're gonna go heading. See why? I don't understand why it's doing that. Because I obviously have removed it. See, it's like re-putting them in there, which is so strange. So odd. This is why I don't like the default. Bring this back. We're at cruise now. So it should be 331. Bring up my well, now it is in direct mode. But do I trust you? No, no, I don't. It's like doing direct from the other. That's weird. Alright, we're gonna go, let's see. Should take us about right on course. Okay, so now it does have it in there. Alright, so we can go back to GPS. Go back to that. It does have it on there. Okay, so now it's good. Supposedly. Oh, I don't like the default, man. I don't like it. It's so weird and finicky. Not realistic, sir. Not realistic at all. Alright, we can get these landing lights off. And if we go here, we can go be able to prime and clues prop sync. We're 74 miles away, 12,000 feet. That's Spokane. Altitude. Altitude. Oh, up. Gotta change that. Alright, 23. So, 9,500 feet or so difference. We're gonna take ILS runway 3. So we go procedures, select approach, pilot's runway 3. Let's take, well, let's check it out. Let's see which one we want to do. Approach, pilot's runway 3. Really could just take any of these, honestly. We're not going to do Spokane, though, that's for sure. What's my options? That's my only options. Yicub? Where's Yicub at? I don't even know where that is. 10 nautical miles from VOR. We're going to do vectors. We'll load it. We won't activate it yet. Vroom. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Still 2 subscribers short of 7,500, guys. Sure we can get that many. Sure we can. Getting a little bumpy, aren't we? Why does it look like my landing lights are still on, but I definitely turned them off? Oh, it's... never mind. So, if we're going to be on that, 10 miles out from it, so really it's 45... it's 53 miles till we got to be at that point. And what's the point that we got to be at? What's the altitude again? 4,400. So 1,000 feet per minute. Going to be roughly 8 minutes. So if we go here, so 8 minutes. Once it goes to 8 minutes, we'll start our descent at 1,000 feet per minute. And we need to have our nav set to 111.1. Go make that active for nav 1. Yeah, I think I will do a tutorial on this aircraft. I think I will. I think that would be a good addition to my repertoire of tutorials. I'm sure you guys would enjoy having it as well. Alright, we're gonna go procedure. We already selected. So we should be able to go. Give me the big one, thank you. Vector to final. It's gonna get us onto the vector for it. 40 nautical miles, 10 minutes. 8 minutes out, we'll start our descent. Nine minutes. Course is going to be 31. Let's see. Waiting for that 8 minutes. We'll deactivate or dearm the altitude hold, and we'll go vertical speed. Right, there it is. Altitude set. Or de-armed. Vertical speed set. And we are in descent now. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now descending into the Spokane area. Please return to your seats, fasten your seatbelts, prepare yourself for arrival. Appreciate you flying with Envoy. Alright, we're going to change cabin altitude now to 2,900. That's 3,000, that's 900. Alright, decision altitude is 2,585. 2,585. Keep that in mind. About to pass 10,000 feet. Get our landing lights on. Still two subscribers short. If you guys know anybody who wants to join, just hit the subscribe button down below. And we'll arm our nose wheel steering. Everything's in the green. So our VREF today, we're going to be down full, so 112. Right there. It's our reference for our speed on approach. And what's the weather? 3065 is the altimeter. Winds are 140 at 4 knots. So we'll have a little bit of a tailwind from our right hand side, but 4 knots is well within reason. That wind sound is awful. That is one thing I definitely need to make sure. I thought I installed an F mod for this, but it's possible I didn't. I need to double check, make sure that is the case. Because if this is it with the F mod, I don't even want to know what it was without it. But if this isn't the F mod, then definitely need to install it. $17 miles to Jeddah. That should be or Jegdu, whatever. That's this one right here. It's actually yeah. And then Corrupt is 39. So we actually going to reduce to 39 here. We'll set that as our capture point. everything's looking good so far. Wonder if I'll have a better landing this time, even though the last one wasn't bad. 281 isn't awful. Could be better, though. Alrighty, I'm starting to see the ground now. Starting to see the ground now. Should be turning right towards Spokane here in a second. I'll just do a visual approach if we wanted to do that. Here's the message, it's letting us know. Airspace near and ahead. Spokane traffic, Envoy 243 is about 15 miles to the southwest inbound, ILS runway 03. Spokane traffic. Are you going to parachute out the door once you hit 7.5K? I don't plan to. I plan on landing the plane. Alright, 1,000 feet to go until we hit our altitude hold point. Actually, we're going to bump that up to 44 for now because we're still a little bit out. And we're supposed to be at 44 at Jegdu, so we'll still hold that for now. We'll allow it to start slowing down here. I think that's the airport. Or is that's it right there. There's the runway. There it is. Set the heading to the same track. We'll maintain this until 10 nautical miles. Or no, 10 nautical VOR of 4,400. This is going to be 3.6, 4.4. 4.6. Basically 4.6 nautical miles out is when we need to be at 3,900. Alright, automatically selected VOR lock. Interesting. I didn't know it could do that. Apparently it does that automatically. Sweet. Alrighty, folks. We're coming in. I'm diving in. I'm going deep. Old song, guys. Old song. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and reduce 39. And what's the course again? 3-1. Approach is activated. Reducing my throttle. Increasing RPMs. Flaps quarter down. Glide slopes captured. Flaps half, gear coming down. Flaps full. And I've got the aircraft. Alright. Gas has been selected. We're good on gas. Undercarriage down. Done. Power's good. Yep, all good to go. All good to go. On short final. On short final. All good to go. Maintain VRAM 112 until inside of the runway. Not inside the runway. When we can glide to the runway, I should say. Transition. Hold it off, hold it off. There we go. Beta. And welcome to Spokane. I like that landing. That one felt better than the other one. Felt better. We'll take this not this taxiway, but the next one to the terminal. What was the rating? You see 7.5K. Unfortunately, I'm looking at the live update right now. It is still too short. Still too short. 74.98. What was my landing rate at? Could someone let me know? I have to go back and now to check and see what I had. Negative 151. Yeah, that was better then. Yeah, it was better. And Spokane traffic. Envoy 243 is clearing runway 3. Spokane traffic. Spokane traffic, Envoy 243 taxi to the gates via Alpha, Spokane. Alrighty, ready. Fantastic. We'll definitely check that one out in the replay. For sure. Oh, sure. I'll take a left here. Find a gate that fits our size. I hope there is one at least. I hope there is one. No, we'll just have to park at one and then I'll have to go through the door or up the stairway up to the jetway. Yeah, I don't think there is going to be one. I'll just take this jetway then. Yup. Bummer. I guess there's more terminals down there, but I'll just take this. I'll just take this. It's fine. It's fine. All right, pull the parking brake. Pull the parking brake. This can go off. Off. Generators left and right coming off. Inverter coming off. And seatbelt off. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Spokane. Thanks for flying with us today. All right, low ground power. Baggage cart, main door. Perfecto. All right. Well, my friends. Ooh, I didn't turn off my lights. Didn't turn off my lights. Those can come off. Keep the batteries on for now. Heats can come off as well. Yeah, that does it, I think. I think that does it. Why are the lights still on? That's interesting. Even though I had them off. I have. Interesting. When I flip the switches again on my controller, it fixed it. Anyway, all right. Well, let's go and check that landing, shall we? That looked like a fun one, for sure. Definitely did. Toggle replay mode. I forgot to disconnect from FatSim. That's okay. We'll start here. Well, well, well. I think, even though I didn't hit 75 officially during the stream, I think we'll call it and we'll say it's good enough. We're too short. That's not that big a deal. I'm sure I'll get that by midnight tonight. So no worries there. So we'll go ahead and say goodbye, say goodnight, and have a wonderful one. I appreciate everyone who's come by and subscribed. Captain Oatmeal, I appreciate you. Bombassa as well. And everyone else who subscribed today, thank you guys so much. I appreciate your support. And I look forward to having your support continue on. Don't forget to hit the like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't. Hit the bell notification icon if you have subscribed so you get notified when I go live next. And if you want to help me out financially, you can. There's links down below how you can do that. Thanks again, guys, and I appreciate you watching. I'll see you guys next time up in the sky.